Okay, this is a Cakewalk Sonar crash course. Here's your start screen. Go ahead and choose empty project because we can get anywhere from within one. Okay, now you'll have a screen like this. And the first thing I recommend is to reset the control bar. That will give you all these controls up here because you may need them. We're going to start in preferences. You can get to preferences by either going to edit in preferences or hitting the letter P on your keyboard. So let's do that. We're in preferences because we need to set up our audio devices. They might be set up already, but just look them over. Right here is the speaker that the sound will be playing out of. This is the input devices. So like I have multiple speakers here and just one microphone. Now if I want another speaker, not the optical output, I have to deselect that, hit apply, and then I can select one of the others. So that's really important to know how to do. Also, MIDI devices, if you have a MIDI keyboard or anything like that, you'll want that selected here under MIDI, the keyboard you're using, or the MIDI device. And oftentimes, if you're on Windows, you'll have the waveable synth. This here, Microsoft GS waveable synth, you'll have to have selected also. So you can close that. New tracks. Right up here is how you create your tracks. This is where your tracks will be displayed. This is where your mixing strips will be displayed. So up here, this addition sign, plus sign, click on it. Go to instrument. I'm just going to go with the default TTS1. It's a great synth and has a lot of different instruments. You have others to choose from here. You can also download them, often called VSTs, and you can install them and add them onto here. I use TTS1 for everything I do. It's great. It might be one of the older synths, but I like it a lot. So we're going to go ahead and hit create there. And this is it here. So easily just select your instrument. You right click here, or left click here, excuse me, where it says Piano 1, Presets, and here are all your instruments. So let's go ahead and pick a drum set. I'm going to go to Standard Set, and you can hold that down, which gives you kind of a little sample so that you know some of the sounds that you can make, some of the different drums that are in this drum set. And you can always get back to that by clicking here on your track. So let's see. Piano roll. Now, piano roll is where I make all my music. I think it's great. You can use it with any instrument. You can even print the sheet music afterwards. So it's pretty awesome. So you get to piano roll by going to views and piano roll. And I just hold down the mouse and that'll play your different drums. Scroll up and down to get to the different, to make sure you know all the drums and find the one you want. And then we're going to learn the Smart tool, which allows you to draw your notes. So the Smart tool is up here in the upper left, and it's the star. It's kind of these 5 next to it, it's kind of all of them combined. So that's the tool I always use that I think should do everything you need it to do. So here's a drum. Let's just click our Smart tool and draw in by holding the left mouse button. I'm going to do, and so, okay, so you can draw in your notes. And also, if you hold down the right mouse button, you can drag and select them all. You may need to do that because while selected, you can use your left mouse button once you see these arrows, and you can move things. Also, you can hold down controls, and you can go to the end of one of these. Oh, they're all selected right now. And keep your progression here and kind of make it smaller. So let's hear what this sounds like so you can get an idea why you may want to do something like this, as opposed to, so you might find you use that a lot to create different drum rhythms. I sure do. Okay, and I don't want to miss some kind of music, it's a little bit faster than 120 or slower beats per minute. So up here is where you select that. Your beats per minute will be right there. You just click on it and change it. So we kind of went over drawing notes, smart tools, and hotkeys, and what the right and left mouse button does and what the control does. If you ever want to get rid of, delete something, Control X will do that for you, and you can always undo it up here. Edit, undo. One more thing. Sometimes you will have different clips here right next to each other, and to combine them, you select them both and go to bounce to clips, and that turns it into one clip. So you might want to know that. Also, how to copy: Control C, Control V. So I can select it, Control C, and copy it in there, and then you can move them. You can drag them around. These are your seconds here: 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. So I like to make all my loops 4 seconds in length. Anyway, there's also something called groove clip looping, where you can left click on your clip here, right click on it, and you can go to groove clip looping, also Control L, click that, and then you can drag by going to the end of your clip. Sometimes you won't see the smart tools should let you, but sometimes it's a little picky, and you can just pull it out and it will loop it, and all as one clip. So alright, all we have now is saving and exporting. To save this, you just simply go to Save As, and it'll save it as a Cakewalk project. So you click a file name and find a folder. Now if you want to export it, you want to be on Smart Tool. You want to deselect all your clips, because if you have one selected, it will only export that clip. So deselect it. Let's say this is my song here. You would go to File, Export, and Export Audio, and then you have some options. You have Wave, which is it's probably the highest of quality of any of these. So that's what I recommend, and I recommend a 64-bit depth. 44.1, 44. I do 19. Is that 9200 sample rate is what I use. It's the best sample rate, so there's no reason. It doesn't even take much extra time to have better sounding audio here exported. So that's it. You just put your file name in, find your folder, and export. And you can easily later, you can come over here to media. Let's get rid of help here. And you can find your folder where you have your clips, and you can drag them in. So you can develop your loops here, export your loops, bring them back in, and kind of master everything within another project here on Cakewalk, or you can take your loops into another digital audio workstation. So that's it. This was just supposed to be a crash course. I hope this gets you started. I tried to show you everything I use. I really don't even do. I've gone nowhere basically without what I just explained, and I've been very successful in my music. And so I wish you all of the luck. If you have any more questions, I would Google them, or find a forum, or watch some other videos on YouTube. I also recommend Linda. There's like it's probably 4 hours, and you might not remember much more than I've showed you in this video, but it will definitely take away your anxiety. So that's it. Thanks for watching.